Good evening, everyone, and welcome to these Cosmic Starseed Academy Sunday Pleiadian School. And welcome, everyone, especially Dennis, who's my partner, who just turned up and gave me a big smile. So this evening we have David Purcell, myself, Soma Ara, Dennis Mulcahy, Vicky Reeves, and Julia Ankerhaven. And I believe all of us are working, offering services in the spiritual field. I believe we're all doing that are here this evening. And today's date is the 3rd of August 2025, and it is precisely 7:41 p.m. here in Ireland. So welcome everyone. I'm very behind in my work, and my energy is very low. And I've just got back from the Full Disclosure Now conference in Florida that was in July. So please bear with me if you have sent me an email or a message or are waiting on a reply or a reading from me. I will get back to you as soon as possible. But my energy is kind of zero at the moment, so I'm trying to recuperate some of that. What else do I need to say? Yes, I've been coming across a lot of people that are that have a negative viewpoint of the Pleiadians. I keep seeing that and coming across it, and people keep kind of showing up. So I'm still wondering what the message there for me is. But I will, and it's even come up this evening, some kind of come up in a funny way, but there, and my message to the world regarding that would be that there are energies, as a word of caution, there are energies that do show up and disguise themselves and pretend to be energies that they're not. And that happens with the Pleiadians, it happens with all positive ET races, it happens with angels, it happens with all types of positive, loving spirit energies, whether it's your Auntie Mary or animal spirit guides as well. Spirit guides, it happens with all types of spirits that are positive. There are negative energies that come and disguise themselves as energies that they're not. Even if you've been working with energies for a while, I remember a time when I'd been channeling the Pleiadians for a couple of years, and I was kind of familiar with their energy. But then these Pleiadians turned up who were disguising themselves as Pleiadians. And this was back in, I think it was 2010 or probably 2011, because I'd been channeling the real Pleiadians consciously for about a year or two at the time, and I was still doing the shamanic training in Ireland. And it took me a couple of days, maybe 2 or 3 days, and then I think on the fourth day I had to deal with it and realign myself and clear those energies, recenter myself, and establish boundaries and establish kind of techniques or solution to make sure that I was realigning myself with the original genuine Pleiadians that I had started with when I first began to channel. So as a word of caution, there are energies that, not just Pleiadian energies, but there are energies that disguise themselves as other energies of a positive nature. So a word of caution when you're channeling or wanting to connect in with energies, whether it's Pleiadian or angel or your Auntie Mary. One of the techniques, I have a few that are very private, that I don't share publicly, but one of my main techniques to establish the genuine Pleiadian connection and prerequisite to, I know I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but anyway, I don't really care. one of the ways I have of making sure that it's them is the extreme energy of love that the Pleiadians come in with. It is off the scale. And I know in the very beginning, when I first was feeling their energies of love, it would often make me cry, not because I was upset, but just because the energy of that love frequency with the real Pleiadians is in the extreme that it used to overwhelm me and make me cry, because we rarely um on earth feel that extreme frequency of love. It's love times 1,000. That energy is very high and loving in the extreme, that it is overwhelming. And I am very I can be very emotional sometimes, and I am also very empathic, and given that I didn't really experience that in my childhood um very much at all, I would often end up in tears um at how extreme that energy of love is. So that is one way to navigate, or to know if it's the genuine Pleiadians, because they will contain that frequency of love and you will feel it more often than not. So that's a good way to clarify for yourself when you're connecting with them or channeling them, to know that it is them, and you can ask them to flow that feeling to you, and if it is really them, you'll feel it. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. And I know in my heart that the Pleiadians that I channel are the real deal. And I've been doing it so long, since I was a child. And the first memory I have, uh, the first conscious memory I have, because I know there's others that I have forgotten, but the first memory I have is when I was 8. And I left my body because I had a big heavy man laying on top of me. And I left my body because I couldn't breathe. I was a very skinny, underfed, undernourished little thing. And I left my body and connected to the Pleiadians. So yeah, I know who I'm dealing with. But it's interesting that I've been coming across people, and I know it's a good positive thing for me. I know it's a lesson, but I have been coming across a lot of people that recently that are um that have a very negative viewpoint of the Pleiadians. So it's interesting. I think that's very interesting. And yet I also understand, because I've also experienced it myself, that there are beings that do pretend to be Pleiadians, and also other energies. So I'm wondering if they have come across the negative energies that are disguising themselves as Pleiadian. So anyway, that's interesting. So for this evening, let me see. Strictly speaking, it is week 11, and it's your galactic soul / self. I doubt very much we'll be doing that. But I will be doing a channeling and seeing what they want to share. I know that they want to do more activations and initiations with people to really, and this probably would help David as well, and other people. But I know they want to do more activations and initiations with people, really just to kind of, thank you, connect in on a deeper level with people, and really to create a stronger bond, a stronger, almost like two pieces of the puzzle connecting. They really want to do that. And the main way that they do that through me is through activations. So does anyone have any questions before we carry on? Dennis, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Well, I do have a question. Why can't you start on time?
Let me just put Dennis on mute.
Dennis was late.
Yeah, Dennis is always late. I don't know what he's talking about. It's like a big mirror. Oh, why are you always late? I don't know, Dennis. Why are you always late?
This isn't my group. I'm working, and I'll be
Yeah.
leaving early too. Yeah.
Let me avoid the question. Let me avoid the answer. It's not
Beep,
my
beep,
fault.
beep,
It's
beep, beep, beep.
you.
Beep, 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 beep.
It's not me. It's you. It's not us. It's them.
I am actually interested in the galactic self topic as well, because I've recently discovered a name for a galactic aspect of me. So that is something I was gonna like ask anyway at some point. So whatever they bring forward would be perfect. Yeah, whatever they think's necessary would be great.
Okay, darling. You might have to ask that when I'm in the channeling, because I do forget. If that's okay, Julia.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I will just see where it goes. Yeah, it'd be great to get an activation.
Okay. So what were you saying, Dennis? Thank you. Thank you, Carol, for being here.
Exactly.
That's what I thought. You know this is being recorded, right? Oh, you're funny, Dennis. It's not us, it's them.
You just keep doing what you do, Soma. We love you.
Thank you, Julia. Do you hear that, Dennis? No, Dennis is suddenly unavailable.
Is Dennis doing any opening prayers or blessings?
He is, yes, he doesn't know it yet, but he is. We're still recording. Okay, time to get serious now. This is serious business. Sorry. It's my sense of humor coming out. Okay, welcome back, everyone. My sense of humor was really starting to come out then, which people don't often see when I'm doing the channeling as a public figure. But I do have a very kind of wicked sense of humor, and Dennis does too. So we kind of bounce off each other sometimes. So anyway, forgive me if it kind of triggered. There's that helicopter outside again. I'm just going to close the window. Okay. So they seem to turn up every time I sit down to channel these days, which is very annoying more than anything. And if you're, a lot of people, well, some people will know what I'm talking about. But anyway, helicopters are also turned up at the Full Disclosure Now conference. Julia, you should ask Drago about that. That was interesting kind of event.
Yeah, I was following along with all the social media feeds and everything on that, so I've seen video and photos of that. And he talked about it recently on Typical Skeptic.
Yeah, I was there. It was fun flipping them off.
And there was, yeah, they'd often show up when I did the UFO Academy talk in London, in Watford. They showed up about 30, 40, 50 feet away from the outside in the garden. They showed up, and they also showed up on the previous evening that I was due to do the talk. But anyway, let me get into the zone. So, Dennis, please will you begin with the prayers?
Okay, so I will say a short prayer called the Law of One prayer. It's like a little mantra. I'll repeat it 3 times. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done. It is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done. It is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done. It is so. And I will share the I am affirmation given by Blossom Goodchild. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Acceptance. This is kind of a continuation from last evening, to do with acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, understanding of yourself and others, tolerance, love, compassion, acceptance, allowance, being, just being where you are now, without resistance. The flow of energy that you are in now deserves acceptance for yourself, of yourself. We include Soma in this. We include Dennis in this. We include Julia in this. We include Vicky in this. We include David in this. We include many others in this, including Brian Seng. And many others who are part of what we refer to as the team, the recent team that is still forming and gathering and building and getting to know each other and collaborating and communicating with each other and feeling each other's energies and building relationships, the team, allowance, acceptance of who you are now. Doing what you can, reaching who you can. Not trying to climb when you cannot even walk. Balancing. There is always a bigger picture for the energies you are in now. There is the physical realm that you exist in as a human being, and there is coexisting at the same time the spiritual realm, which you also exist in as a spiritual being embodied in a human vessel, a human body. So you have both realms coexisting at the same time. You have the 3D and you have the higher spiritual realm. For now, we will just classify that as one realm, but there are several realms or dimensions of the spiritual. It is not one singular realm or dimension. There are many dimensions. It's commonly known that there are 13 or 14 or 15, but there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different spiritual dimensions. Integration is one of the biggest things at play for humanity right now, in these days, as we speak. Processing, integration, learning, understanding, acceptance, balancing your energies, letting go of loss, of grief, of who you used to be, letting go of familiarity, of the known days and energy and ways of being that you used to exist in that are gone now. We've made several references that to each of you. Here now. Your galactic soul self is of a higher frequency, a higher dimension that is existing outside of the physical 3D. But it is part of your soul, or the core, thank you, the core essence of you. And your physical bodies are trying to catch up with this higher frequency that is in movement and motion. All dimensions are in a space of evolutionary period, not just Earth, not just humanity. Everything in the universe is evolving and moving. And it is operating, the soul is operating, is at a higher level and therefore able to evolve faster than the 3D Earth and the 3D human. So the soul, the galactic self, is ahead or in front of the human part of you that is also evolving. So it is like you are, it is, thank you, it is like two runners that are attached to each other by a rope, and the one in front in the first position is connected to the one behind who is in the second position, the first runner being your galactic self, and the second runner that is connected by a rope, which you could call energy. The second runner is the human version or part of you, the human aspect of you that is manifested itself on Earth. And you are, the physical you is trying to catch up with the galactic you, and this can be tiring, this can be draining, because you feel like you are heavy or carrying a burden, or things are difficult or challenging. It is, you are somehow, you feel weighted down. This is a normal part of the evolutionary process that you are undertaking at the moment on a mass scale. So what we are really trying to say is be kind to yourselves, be loving, be understanding, be accepting. First and foremost, always first and foremost to yourselves, and then to others. All of you are recalibrating. All of you are recalibrating. Events have been put in front of you. Experiences have been put in front of you to bring you up to scale, to bring you up to speed, to bring you up energetically, to release old energies, to create new beginnings. This is part of events that we put into place eons ago to make sure, it's the wrong words, but it is close enough, to make sure that this time you get to evolve and the ascension process gets to play out. Whereas in the past, at the downfall of Atlantis, it did not happen. You devolved at the time of the downfall of Atlantis. So breathe, relax, spend time in nature, enjoy nature, clear what you need to clear. Take care of your bodies. Your bodies are an important aspect, an important physical aspect of you. Relax some, relax more. Flow, learn to flow like the wind, learn to flow like the water. Breathe in the air, let go of the past, even if it is painful, even if you long for it. Do not resist where you are going. Allowance, acceptance, embrace who you are now, today, right now, in these moments. embrace yourself, love yourself, and learn to do all of these things more and more and more and more. And more will come to you. And more will come to you, and more will come to you, and more will come to you. It is very much like cleaning dirty water by pouring in fresh water and just allowing the old muddy water to clear out. Your bodies are evolving. Your energy, your skin, your blood, your hair, your cells, your teeth, your skin, every part of you, every part of your physical bodies are evolving, changing, adapting in a very physical way. Your skin is becoming more sensitive. Your bones, all is becoming more sensitive. Not just the physical body, but the spiritual, the soul, the awareness, the expansion of consciousness is expanding, and therefore naturally becoming more aware of itself. And as it becomes more aware of itself, it becomes more aware of itself, and it becomes more aware of itself, and it filters down into the physical 3D version of you, which creates, which naturally creates more abilities, more telepathy, more telepathic abilities, more psychic abilities, more mediumship abilities, more channeling abilities, more healing abilities, more ability to be clairaudient and to hear spirit, more ability to see with clairvoyance, clairaudience, and all the other clair names, which are many of them. Your ability to sense energy, to see energy, to smell energy, to feel energy. You are beautiful beings. You are us. We are you from the future. We are you from the future. You are us. And we created you in our likeness. We have learned to navigate time and step in and out of different times, different time zones that you often regard as linear, which are not linear. But we have learned through technology that we use to navigate different time periods in your history. We're able to travel back into the past. We are able to travel forward into the future, and we are able to travel here into the now with you to speak through ones like Soma and many others. We were once like you. We once were you. We bring you many gifts, many abilities. Many of you connected to us as children. And some of you remember this, but many of you have still not remembered. Many of you, unlike Soma, the memories lay dormant, lay buried. Many of you do not remember. Few of you do, but there are much more of a majority that do not remember us. And yet we were there with you in times of need. We are your parents. Some of you understand this on a very deep, some of you feel this very deeply more than others, but we are your parents. We love you. There are those energies that disguise themselves as us. As Soma was speaking about this earlier. She knows this because she herself has experienced this. When energies did step in and disguise themselves as us to her. No energy anywhere in existence can disguise the frequency of love that we contain and others contain. But we have evolved to such a high frequency of love, frequency itself, that cannot be disguised, cannot be held in disguise. That is a good way to establish, thank you, that is a good way to establish our energy is love of the highest possible frequency of love. That is who we are. That is not to say that we have not made mistakes in the past, and we have also been on our own evolutionary trajectory or evolutionary period, going up the scale in terms of frequency. We have done that, and here we are showing up with such love to assist you to step into that energy as well, to evolve into a higher state of being, a higher consciousness of love. It is very simple, really. Very simple. Step into the love frequency. That really is all that matters. There is nothing else that matters. Once you are able to feel, learn, accept, understand, step into the love frequency, you will understand that is all that matters. It is very similar to being in love. We love you. We will end this transmission for now.